You don't have to have 100,000 followers. You can influence people right in your own, like whether it's at work, whether it's at school, whether it's in your business, your team, whatever. Think about how you can have an impact with them right here, right around you. Snapchat. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a good time. Come and see me. Let's do this. Cool stuff going on. You're getting ready. Come on out. Under the influence at Corduroys. Get to Corduroys. Let's go. Bro, are you excited, man?
Super pumped.
You guys, this is gonna be. I know you have. You guys have been hustling on this. This is gonna be awesome. If you rush here right now, get in your car and get here right now
because we're out really soon.
We're about to.
Are going up. You better get here.
We're about to start right now. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm really honored to introduce the next speaker, somebody that I love, and somebody who's really interesting, who doesn't have very many followers on the gram or on social media, but is a huge influencer in our community and has a lot of really good shit to say. So, Collin.
My name is 1293. But before I got on stage, I checked and it actually dropped down to 1,292. Damn it. All right. Hey, dude, please, can you go follow Byron? You should totally. Right here, baby. At Collin Austin, you guys, right now, just go do that. Get me back at least to 1,293, damn it, because that's what I walked in with. So let's get back up to that. At Collin Austin, right there on Instagram. All right, so you guys, I'm actually gonna take a little bit of a different angle here, right? Because I think sometimes we can focus on the wrong shit. And I'm not talking about the speakers beforehand. I think everything that they talked about was phenomenal. But I think we are in the room right now, and I think a lot of the times we focus on our followers. What am I gonna do? I wanna be an influencer. I wanna be this, but why? That's my question to you, why? Right, maybe it's for the money. Maybe we want to get paid to be in a nice bikini, right? Like maybe it's the fame. Like what is it? Why do you want to be an influencer, right? And what I know for a fact is that nobody's going to give a damn how many followers you have when you die.
Oh, the followers will.
That's it, right? Yeah, like guys, I think we need to start thinking about our influence, like from as being impact and our legacy. Like, what is that? I don't know if you guys know this, but today is Josh Greenberg Day. How many people in here know who Josh Greenberg is? All right. It kind of bothers me that more people don't know who Josh Greenberg is. All right, today is his birthday. Josh Greenberg was the co-founder and the CTO of a company called Groove Shark. All right, Groove Shark is the reason we're in this room today. Right? Having a meeting like this. There is, I don't want to choke up. Josh died at the age of 28 years old. All right? He was a co-founder of Groove Shark, and this was somebody who has set the precedent for Gainesville and the entrepreneurial community here. I genuinely believe that the entrepreneurial spirit that exists in Gainesville would not exist without people like Josh Greenberg. Groove Shark was downtown. They decided to make Gainesville home, and they decided that this was the place that they were going to be. This is the place that Groove Shark was going to develop. And this was a company that had such an impact on this community. To me, Josh Greenberg has real influence. Right? This is somebody, I remember the first time I reached out to Josh Greenberg, I said, hey buddy, a lot of people have told me that we need to know each other. I would like to sit down with you. Can I take you out to lunch? He goes, Collin, come by Groove Shark, man. Let me give you a tour. Let me show you what's going on here in Gainesville. Let me show you what's going on in our world, and then I will treat you to lunch at Groove Shark Cafe. This was a place that they had for their team members to eat lunch because they provided food to their team, right? And I go in there, and I'm expecting that I'm gonna have the opportunity to ask this guy a bunch of questions, and instead, he was more invested into me, into what I was doing. That's real influence, guys. Somebody who gives, right? This guy was so giving of his time and so impactful on this community. He was served on the chamber board of directors. He was more focused on you guys, on the things that were happening around us in this community than on building a following. I don't know if a lot of you guys have heard, I have a podcast. It's called the WHOA GNV Podcast. The podcast bring you businesses and individuals that make you go, whoa! Yeah. Right? It's interesting to me that the number one thing that I get asked about my podcast is, Collin, when are you going to monetize the podcast? How are you going to monetize the podcast? The focus is always on the money. The focus is always on the money. It is. I mean, that's why we want influence. That's why we want followers, because we want money. The reason I started... I'm sorry. Look. Guys, the reason I started the podcast was because I wanted to keep our top 8 university talent here. I wanted people to realize that we have this happening, that you can build a family here, that you can start a company here, that you could work for an amazing company here, that you don't have to leave Gainesville and go to New York City and work there. Like, you can stay right here and have opportunity. That's why I started the podcast. I started the podcast because I wanted to attract people to Gainesville. I wanted people to hear the podcast and hear your stories and say, that's a place that I want to work. That's a place that I want to be. I want to be there. Right? I started the podcast because I wanted you guys to learn about each other and hear opportunities to actually collaborate. I can't tell you how many people have seen an episode, sent me a message on LinkedIn and said, yo, I had never heard of that business before. And I reached out to them, I had a one-to-one with them, and now we're collaborating and we're building business together. That's what inspires me. That's why I started the podcast. It never had anything to do with a single dollar, ever. But everybody's mind goes to the money. That's it. So, I mean, I would just leave you guys with that. Think about how you can influence the communities right here, right around you. You don't have to have 100,000 followers. You can influence people right in your own, like whether it's at work, whether it's at school, whether it's in your business, your team, whatever. Think about how you can have an impact with them right here, right around you, and impact those individuals, please. Because I want nothing more than for Gainesville to be that. I want Gainesville to represent that. When we created that video for the Josh Greenberg project, I call it Leaving a Legacy is what I've been calling the video. I 100% said, if this were about me, how would I want this video to come out? What would I want this video to look like? You know, and so I hope we did him justice. I've had text message after text message today talking about the impact of that video, talking about like just how great it was, and so that feels really good. I feel like we honored Josh in the right way. But it's important for a room like that, you know, to know who Josh Greenberg was and why he's important to this community and the influence that he had, right? Again, recapping kind of what I talked about. We put so much emphasis on follower counts and these different variables, and why? like why? You know, okay, like if you have a legit reason, if there's a goal, if there's something that you're trying to accomplish, then great, okay. Like I'm not judging, like do it. But like I think we just get so hung up on the number of followers that it really prevents us from having true influence that we could have within our own communities right here around us. And so that's what I wanted to leave with them today. I wanted them to realize that they could be whether you could be an influencer of one, and that might just be enough. Like, you could legit say the right thing at the right time to one person and save a life. Like, you just don't know. And so that's what I wanted to leave them with. I know that wasn't what they were expecting, but hopefully it seemed like it resonated pretty well. I got a lot of people that came up to me and thanked me for the talk, and I'm just super grateful to Olga and to Pablo for letting me participate in this awesome event. Mad props to them for putting it on. Thank you guys for your investment in this community and everything you do. See you later.